Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD and I'm here to do your reading. Today we are going to explore your secret admirers. So this is the anatomy of your secret admirers. Who and how many? So I'm hoping this might be informational for you, and if not, perhaps I hope it's entertaining. But regardless of the reason why you are here, I hope that you get exactly what it is that you are seeking. So, for you repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in again. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, or just stop by occasionally, or whenever, I want to thank you so much for stopping in as well. Let's get in it. The anatomy of your admirers. Who are they and how many? For pile number one. Pile number one, your secret admirers. The anatomy of your secret admirers, please. And I know I'm taking liberties with my titles. And yes, I'm the creative type. The anatomy of your secret admirers for pile number one. Okay. Show me the admirers of pile number one, please. Pile number one, show me the admirers. And show me now. Oh, good grief. Okay. So first off, I'm noticing, of course, the very first card that I pulled. Actually, I don't know why, but you guys know my maturity level is sort of lacking here. So I'm looking, and the first thing that I notice is a really small booty. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So maybe you have a really small build, or the person that's admiring you has a small build and a very petite structure. Anyways, but the real matter, that doesn't really matter. The real matter of the thing is, I think that they're seeking clarity. A lot of people that are looking towards you are intellectuals, people that are studious, people that are not afraid to put in time, energy, effort, perhaps even money to find out a little bit more about you. I feel like these people, well, old school, they would hit the library and do some research on how to research you, first of all. But since we have the internet and Google in modern times, I definitely feel like these are people that know their way around, I guess, simple blocks. Like if you block them, yeah, because this person has their back to us, so perhaps you block them or they blocked you, but they're still like wanting to check you out and see what's going on. So they're very like moving in the dark and stealth, but very studious. I would not be surprised if they kept a notepad or notes on you just to see like what you were doing. And I don't mean this in like, I don't get bad vibes. Even though the devil is here, I would have to have some other cards to indicate that there is a problem, and I will definitely let you know. But I feel like these people are well read. I feel like there's more than one, by the way, but just one that you blocked or they blocked you. More than likely, you blocked them. And so I feel like, you know, the majority of them, you attract people that are really highly intellectual, that are really good with numbers, spreadsheets. I heard documentaries, so okay. You know, some of these people could be, you might just, I don't want to say dismiss them as the creative people, like people that do like film and documentary and docuseries and independent lens and all of those things. But yeah, these people are people that take up a cause, so they are well researched. That makes sense to me. But I think that initially you're thinking, you wouldn't think of them as super studious, but in order to do what they do, they have to get a lot of information and figure out the way how to get through the back end of things, okay? Because a lot of times doors are closed to these people, and it makes sense to me that if you close the door to these people, they're still curious about you, they want to know about you, or they're obsessed with you, okay? Um, they can't stop thinking about you. They might even have like quote whispers in the night, like in their ear, or get like epiphanies about you and things like that. Something about your energy is really attracting them to you. So one person in particular, again, that you blocked off, but I feel like even up to like 4 or 5 that are just of the same, I don't want to say prototype, but the same type of person that's looking at you. A lot of like, studious, well read, educated, may have a lot of letters after their name, if you will. People that have a lot of degrees, several. I'm not just talking about like 1 or 2 things. Um, High achievers, engineers, things like that. But people that you wouldn't necessarily put like, because they have creativity in them as well as intelligence, okay? And I feel like they're just trying to get, like the one that in particular that you turned your back on or blocked or whatever, because the tip of the sword is missing, that they're wanting to kind of get almost like the whole truth, the whole story. And the vibe I'm feeling is, are you with somebody, are you not? And I want the nitty gritty. Now I feel like you, on the other hand, are very private, and so you're not going to be like, oh, my status, I'm with somebody or not. um you're more than likely to put it's complicated or just ignore the whole thing altogether. And I'm being called also to the elements. So this person might have a lot of fire in their chart, or you might have a lot of fire in your chart. This person might be Capricorn because Le Diable is a Capricorn. Traditionally, it doesn't have to be, of course. You might have beautiful blonde hair or ombre hair. You might have like fiery red hair even. Okay, so this is going to be for 18 and up. I apologize, but I have to kind of just say what I'm hearing. And so I heard horny. So I feel like you make these people horny. And then they kind of run with it, like their mind runs with it. But because of the space on top of the devil's head right here, I almost feel like that feels like a globe. It's almost like they're looking at you in a snow globe, or kind of like you make their world turn around, or you kind of brought a vitality that is different from what we typically think of. And I'm not dismissing like people in the education system and teachers and mathematicians, whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is, back in the day, we used to say dry and crusty. Okay, so this person come across as like dry and crusty, but they're totally not. And I feel like I'm hearing the words, you spin me right round and right round. Okay, so I don't own the rights to that song, and I probably even said the words wrong, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. You can look up the words, lyrics. So I feel like you spin this person just like you pivot them. They were maybe perhaps even in school, maybe you were in school together and studying, and when they caught a glimpse of you, I feel like it was just like a whirlwind. You kind of rocked their world, in other words, okay? And I am seeing that you right here are like their emotional gratification. So there is a lot of like, when I think of pawns, I think of like contained, I think beauty, I think mysterious. And I think, with the lilies, like these lilies are grown from mud. There's a book called No Mud, No Lotus. And so there might be like something in there for you. Maybe perhaps you're reading that book, or they are. But I want to say that they realize that you, and I'm not saying, okay, why am I insulting everybody this morning? That's not how I'm feeling at all. But I'm just going to say that you may have come from really, really a tough time or tough childhood, or somewhere that you weren't like really taken care of, and you fully bloomed and you grew and you thrived. So this did not hold you back. I feel like the person that you are, I'm getting a lot of activation of my crown chakra. I feel like you get your own downloads. I feel like the diamonds are made from being hard pressed, and oysters are made from being irritated, apparently. And so you could have had a lot of challenges in your life to overcome. And this has made you incredibly authentic. I heard I'm seeing a heart right now and split in half. I feel like you could have had your heart broken, but I feel like that message in particular, because you're familiar with heartbreak, by the way, I mean, like, all of us are, right? I feel like this person or these people see you as a heartbreaker, okay? But I don't think that's true. And I think it goes back to the inability to see through the depth of the pond. The pond isn't as clear as a lake per se, or as maybe a very still day in the ocean. It's just not very clear. I think that there are a lot of nuances to you, and I think that you show different sides of yourself to different people. It's almost like you can be all things to all men, and that is just incredibly fascinating. And just when people think that they figure you out, you pull out that wild card. Yeah, pile number 1. That's intense. I feel like you may have... I heard mean muggin'. Okay, no, this is like super old. Mean muggin', you might be able to just like have people like almost like stop your shit, okay? So you may be able to just look at someone and have them knock it off if they're misbehaving. And yet I feel like you have very, okay, you might have like stripper vibes, like very sensual. The way you move is very not flowy, that would be almost like stalker, panther like, very sleek, methodical, determined, purposeful. I think your walk is even something that people notice about you, which is interesting. Okay, moving on. But this person is, I feel like even, I heard who, obviously we're looking at the owl, but I feel like who is this? Like, who is pal number 1? I want to get to know them better. I need to understand. And perhaps I even need to understand, I need to gain clarity. Why am I so attracted? Why am I kind of obsessed? Why can't I just let it go? You might have a very beautiful collarbone. That is a very weird compliment that was given to me actually sarcastically by one of my dear friends. So, but you might have like a really prominent collarbone. Show me why this card is here, please. Oh my gosh, I pulled... Okay. We're going to go ahead and do... I guess this is going to be a longer reading than I thought. The Shaman's Dream. I didn't intentionally pick this up, but apparently Spirit wants it. So we're going to do The Shaman's Dream. And it's by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed. If you're curious, this deck right here, you guys probably don't care at all. It's the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot for Fierce Women. By the way, I love that deck. It brings me back to my roots. You could be very, very sensual. You could also be somebody that has just this intensity, again, in your eyes. But sometimes when you think nobody's looking and you have your eyes closed or you're staring off into space, I think people wonder at what it is that you're thinking about, what captures your attention, your gaze. Okay. Show me why these cards are here. What is it that they wish to discover? The Secret Admirers of pile number 1, clip number 1. And by the way, I do hope that you're enjoying how I'm doing the new readings with the intro and you guys selecting from clips. I just get really bored with selecting from cards or piles. Of course, we'll probably go back to it because I like change apparently. Show me why this person is here for pile number 1. What is it that they adore or are attracted to? Show me now for pile 1. Meow. I mean, what else do we need to say? cat or pillar. Opportunity. They're waiting for an opportunity with you. I hope I don't burn the house down because it's still burning, and I notice I'm getting kind of comfortable, getting really close. Okay. And I'm going to say that there's actually at least 4 people that fall into this category of intellectuals that are actually kind of obsessed with you, that can't stop thinking about you. And obsessed doesn't mean that, you know, they want to kind of bring you home and chop you up and have you for dinner. Obsessed can simply mean like, I don't know why I'm attracted. I stop, like, I'm an intellectual. I need to focus on my school or my work or whatever. I have projects to do. I have things to get going, and yet I can't keep my mind off of pile number 1. Pardon me while I take a drink. And pile number 1, I'm going to read from here. The cat or pillar. Transformation, opportunity, independence from conditioned responses. The energy of the caterpillar appears, heralding a time of transformation and opportunity. You are being asked to reverse your dreams. If it looks and smells familiar, step away from it for the time being. Look, isn't that what we just talked about? I don't want to say you're a distraction, but you came to shake things up in some people's lives, and they are not accustomed to it. So that's why this person is also like, why can't I get them off of my mind? What's up? The new cannot emerge from old, and the youthful and vital cannot emerge from the aged and sickly. Experiment and surprise yourself with what arises for you in this moment. Caterpillar is an invitation to test out new strategies to get a different, better result. Remember that the definition of lunacy is continuing with the same thinking and behavior and hoping for a different outcome. It's time to break away from habitual responses to surprise yourself and startle others. Elicit a smile or frown or a look of awe from those around you. Do not wait for an invitation from life to practice a bit of outrageousness or for permission to do the unexpected. Any other response right now will lead you more into the same and no real change. Sometimes the most original response is no response whatsoever. Stand rock still, staring steadily into the eyes of the players in your drama, avoiding engagement until the moment is right. That's interesting because that's almost like staring. It's boring a hole right into my eyeballs, guys. Caterpillar invites you to witness the story unfolding, knowing that deciding on the timing of your reaction is as essential as finding the best move to make. And when you do act, let there be no doubt in anyone's mind of your determination and the power you unleash. So I feel like this could be saying that you easily transform. It's like the minute they kind of think they figure you out and they have enough evidence to support their hypothesis, their theories, or their idea, okay, because they're looking for something substantial to say, okay, yeah, I'm totally right about this person, then you change it up. And it's almost like, no, you were just looking at a version of myself. I have many versions. We are multifaceted beings. We are not just like linear one person or you know. With that being said, I'm just going to say that perhaps, the reason why you are such an intrigue also to these 4 people right here, one in particular, the one that you blocked, but then 3 others, is that they are more linear and more used to being in control and more used to I like predictability, I like spreadsheets, I like flow charts. And when you start throwing different things into the flow chart, that, you know, it's like it doesn't make sense to them. It's a new thing. It doesn't fit. The numbers don't add up. It doesn't match. That's kind of what you're doing to their world, metaphorically speaking, of course. I feel like that's serving to shake them up, shake their foundation. And again, I think that you really bring out the passion and the fierceness in other people. Like they're like, oh my gosh, I can't get my mind off you. Now, I feel like somebody also may have like a foot fetish or look for your social media and stuff to look at your feet. I know it sounds weird, but here we are. And then also you may have like a full figure, a really voluptuous figure. And the fact that you are just kind of calm and central in the way you move, kind of panther-like or sleek-like, is so riveting that your confidence pulls people. Okay, there's no doubt about that. But also, these people are waiting for even an opportunity to like talk to you or um, be in your presence. I know that sounds kind of weird. Now, you may have like amber eyes, hazel eyes, or just simply intense eyes, or eyes that are like almond shaped or cat like. You might exhibit kind of cat like personality traits where you're like, okay, I don't want to say fickle, but you're like, all right, I'm done now, I gotta go. And you leave with no explanation, no apology, no nothing. You're definitely like, wow, you're just self sufficient and very powerful in so many different ways. And you keep reinventing yourself or changing things up or showing different facets of yourself, and it blows people's minds. Okay, this leaves people also not only feeling like excited or passionate about you or like hot for you, but it also leaves people in a cloud of feeling kind of like love. Like, is this love? Okay, I'm hearing the White Snake song. Is this love that I'm feeling? That's so funny. Okay, so why else are people admiring our pile number one? Sorry about the noise, guys. The anatomy of your admirers. Why is the Nine of Cups here, please, for pile number one? Show me now. Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future. That's interesting. I'm going to put that here. So we're going to look this up, which is why I initially did not intend on using these. I'm still getting to learn these. A very dear friend of mine gave me this deck. Her name is Sarah, and shout out to you, Sarah, if you happen to stumble on this video. If not, I'm just really grateful regardless. Dragon's Hoard, protecting the future, legacy, true riches. In the Dragon's Hoard, jewels and precious objects scatter the ground, while ancient scrolls inscribed with the wisdom teachings lie within reach. This is a rich opportunity, guys. Opportunity. And as you fill your satchel with the treasures you like best, take the gifts offered you, dedicate them to the well-being of all, beginning with your own. But be aware, all that glitters is not gold. Select the precious treasures that will further your spiritual growth and avoid the shiny objects that are empty of real value. Know that the hoard does not belong to you. It belongs to grandchildren. What is the inheritance that you wish to leave for tomorrow? What seeds you're planting that you will harvest in your old age when you are weary? What seeds will bear fruit after you're no longer here? The dragon guards the legacy of the future. All who come empty-handed or to fill only their own pockets with gold lie in a dusty heap of bones. That's what's up. You have been allowed entrance by virtue of your kindness and your spiritual practice or sheer luck. Consider as well that your present, this moment, is the future to the dragon. You may be the one who we have all been waiting for, so do not hesitate to take what bequest has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. That was totally awkward, or I said it awkwardly. This is the time to be bold. Do not delay or overthink. Remember to bring an offering for the dragon, lest it believes you are its lunch. Okay, a simple prayer will do. And with that being said, I definitely feel like you have a higher, like, with this dragon, I feel like you've been divinely protected. I feel like you actually are in this cocoon, and this little thing right here is what's actually blossoming and growing. And that's why you've been, for a lot of you guys, I'm like ranting. For a lot of you guys, I feel like you've been not in a relationship for a while because you're divinely protected, because that would serve to distract you, okay? If you're in a partnership right now, that's great. I still feel like you have a lot of protection, and you've got 2 keys right here. So I feel like you do, in spite of all of this, like, 3D, earthy sensuality, sexuality that you exude, that your mind and your purpose is completely on different things, on what the future holds, on events that are unfolding. I even think of like modern times, current times, that we are undergoing some real craziness in this world, that what you see is not what you get for sure. And I feel like you've been protected for times such as this, okay? There's a lot of pink. I think that you make people even blush, okay? But you're divinely protected from scallywags, from people that are wasting your time or want to waste your time, for people that want to bed you and shed you, for people that want to use you for arm candy or their own purposes and have no real spiritual motive or connection or activation within themselves. That was a lot, but that's what I'm feeling. And I feel like you have at least 12 other people that are admiring you as well. Of course, with the card number here. And then if I add the 12, then it gets reduced to 3. So I feel like a lot of these people do see your creativity. They admire your creativity. They admire how you have an aspiration, like you aspire higher. You don't want to just stay, you're not even in a 3D realm in some ways. Yeah. Because look, I happen to flip this over and I've got the Hangman La Pendule. And I probably mispronounced that, but that's okay. And I'm thinking of just how beautiful her skin is, how different it is. You might have just beautiful skin, different skin. I forget the name of this, where the skin kind of, I don't know, is like patchy, like artwork or something. I forget the name of it, but there's a couple of models that have that, and it's just phenomenal. So I feel like you also are like the Hangman. You wait for higher perspective. And look, this is like a circle, and this is a circle, and that was reminding me of like a globe, almost like a circle. So I feel like you have that things, that you realize that life comes full circle, that maybe nothing new has been done under the sun, but I feel like you seek a different perspective, higher perspective. I also feel like you are not somebody to show your moves to other people easily. She's hiding her hands. She's hanging by one foot. She's really trying to connect with spirit, and that makes her grounded as well. So all of these qualities, I feel like, are drawing this other crowd to you. So you have really distinct crowds that are curious, just like my puppy's curious over here. He's not really a puppy, but he's being nosy. Come here. Come on. So I feel like that's what your admirers are doing. They want to even see like what you got behind your back. There's something about the back. Maybe you have a beautiful back, or you've given your back to several people. But also in this group of admirers, I feel like these people want to cooperate with you, kind of get creative. They admire your creativity. And it's almost kind of like networking. So people are eyeballing you to network as well. And those are admirers too, by the way. It doesn't always have to be romantic. So here we are. I hope that you enjoy this kind of reading. Please do smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. That will help me kind of grow my channel. I would really much appreciate it. And with that, I will leave you until next time. Namaste. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your pick a card reading. For you repeat offenders, thank you so much for showing up. I much appreciate you. And for those of you that are brand new to my channel, thank you for stopping in. I hope that everyone finds exactly what it is that they need. Whether it's amusement, killing time, some information, or inspiration. Entirely up to your journey. So we're going to find out the anatomy of your admirers. Who are they, and what do they admire about you? So I'll be using the Sacred Sisterhood Tarot. And it's, I guess it's called For Fierce Women. I'm not sure. The Sacred Sisterhood for Fierce Women. I'll be using that, and then whatever deck inspires at the time. Oh, hi. Alrighty, right out of the gate, we have the Empress. Let's see. We have got the Empress. Let's see if we can make things stand here for good viewing. So right out of the gate, I see that you are wifey or husbandy material, okay? You are somebody that is looked at as being abundant. And I think that we have kind of a misconception of what abundance is. So you could have money. I don't really think that matters at all, because this is something that's internal. So she is obviously pregnant right here and having her gestation period, her, growing a baby and using a lot of her energy for that. So I feel like whatever it is that you are birthing, whether you're the creative type and you're inventing something, entrepreneur, if you're actually taking care of children or taking care of a cause, or crusaders, this group is going to be for my crusaders as well, crusaders for justice or for a cause, whatever the cause may be. It might be like something with air pollution, I heard. Okay. But anyways, regardless, this is the reason why people are attracted to you, is somebody, you seem like wifey material, husbandy material. You seem like you could really grow a lot from a little, okay? Being abundant is really being aware of what it is that you are doing and investing wisely. If you have an abundant hand, it would just mean that you know you can look at something and for example, open up a bag of beans, and you can actually plant those beans and grow a little grow them from seedling into like little plants or something to that effect. You can make something out of nothing virtually. So for another of you, I heard somebody is actually growing a fish business. That sounds really weird and random, but here we are. So this has to do with, for example, if you have guppy fish and one day you're like, oh, I could sell those, that would be kind of cool. And then you actually make a whole business out of it. And you ship across, the state or country or whatever, however that works. So again, the thing is just being able to grow things from nothing. Look. Okay, I was just kind of mixing and stirring off. And the reason why people are attracted to you, by the way, is deep, quiet meditation and stillness. You could be seeing the number 11, the number 1111, and then lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. So there's something about you that is really deep. I mean, even this, even though it's not supposed to be water, it's supposed to be land, I feel like it almost looks like pools of water. But regardless, I think that sometimes you might come across as being really quiet to other people, or in a state of meditation, or you might be someone that meditates and they wonder what it is that inspires and sparks you. They wonder what happens during that stillness, because people know that you are creating within that stillness, that you may be clairaudient, claircognizant. You might be able to get in touch with spirit, with source, with God, your higher power. People are very curious because they see the abundance that this has brought you. The ability, perhaps you're someone that has a channel, a tarot reading channel or a business or something to that effect, something metaphysical, an energy worker. These are for my light workers as well. So, and I don't think that you're flashy. You're not somebody who like walks around and goes, oh, look. Okay. I feel like people that are being drawn to you would be about 11 people that really seek you out for your energy, your healing. And you could not even announce that you're like a healer. I feel like you have healing hands. You could even meditate and send Reiki out to people if you were to focus and want to learn how to do it, or if you know how to do it. You could simply have a very soothing voice or soothing manner. I feel like you also bring the frenetic You bring people's vibe into grounding mode. And I don't know, I've never seen this before actually, but you serve to ground other people, to tether them, to help them to come out from a mental space or an excited space or overstimulated space. And just your presence automatically helps them to ground. It's almost like you're a tree, because you're definitely connected to your ancestors. You have a lot of ancestral wisdom to offer. And I feel like these people are looking at the lay of the land, as so to speak, just to see what it is like. What kind of landscape is it that is really in your heart? I think that you might be quite of a mystery, because you don't share perhaps a lot of yourself or of your inner world, and yet it's very evident that you have some kind of a mystery, or you could be a mystic, a glowing inner world that yeah, maybe isn't ready to be exposed just yet. So maybe perhaps these people are really interested and fascinated with you because they feel or they sense that you are in the middle of gestating something really powerful, creating new life. You could actually be pregnant, would be, you know, like the obvious answer here. You could have really dark hair, beautiful dark hair, long locks. I heard value. I feel like you are somebody that people value to have around. And it kind of echoes. It's almost like a ripple effect. That vibe I'm getting is a ripple, actually. And it's because what you value is very earthy. It's very grounded. I don't think that you look for money or flashy things or anything external like that. I think that you are more connected with ancestral wisdom. You might be interested in like doing sweat lodges and meditation and going on retreats and going to an ashram and prayer and lighting candles. You might be actually a very powerful candle magic worker if that's your thing. So I'm going to go ahead and look at here the deep, quiet meditation stillness. You have a lot of people looking at you and to you, and I feel like you might even think that you look like simple or plain Jane, or you could be very indigenous as well, is what I'm hearing. And I think that the more you get connected with what it is that you are birthing, whether it's a business or a baby or nesting, taking care of your home, whatever the case may be, even a trust fund, anything like that, your finances, I think that the more connected you are to those things, the more you radiate from within. You're like a natural beauty. You don't need a lot of like makeup and things like that, even if you do wear it. And I want to say that the more that you kind of ground in that way, the more indigenous in some ways that you may appear. And if you don't physically look it, I feel like your behavior and your aura definitely exudes it because of your connection to your ancestors. Okay, number 11. So, when deep quiet appears, it is a message from the cosmos calling you to stillness. Oh my gosh, I'm going to plug in my microphone. Sorry about the noise, guys. I know that you can't really hear very well sometimes, so. Okay, let's try this again. 10 whole minutes without a microphone. What will I ever do? It is a message from the cosmos calling you to stillness, to step outside the concerns of your everyday life. This does not mean to slow down and take a breath, although that is a good start. The cosmos is inviting you to go deeper, to that place where the noise stops and there's only the vast emptiness of inner space. That just reminds me of her womb. Of course, it's not empty, but when we don't respond to the invitation offered by deep quiet, life can stop us at our tracks with an illness or a crisis. Oh my gosh, I was just thinking that very same thing. So it's a good idea for you guys to take a little bit of time, decompress, meditate. Even 5 minutes will do wonders. And I really struggle with this, so I'm kind of lecturing myself. Because I do all or nothing, one of those. Life can stop us at our tracks with an illness or crisis. Listen to that small, still voice. Remember that you want to catch spirit on a whisper, not a shout. And it is only human to argue that you're too busy to slow down, that you don't have the time, the inclination, or the money for a retreat. What I say, you might be drawn to the retreats. I'm dying to go to one, by the way. Don't let any of these reasons get the better of you. Stop the world and enter the deep quiet before you come to a crushing halt. After you have said yes to this invitation, you'll find that the world can get along quite well without the need for you to manage it. You will enjoy the freedom that comes from stillness, the clarity and spaciousness offered by this silence. I feel like you're more connected than anyone. So this looks like a shadow of a person, of course, a silhouette. And I think that you just radiate the light, and people want to grasp that light. They want it tangible. They want to say, well, I really admire pile number 2. And by the way, 11 obviously reduces to number 2. Really admire pile number 2 because they have this light within. But what is that light? I can't grasp it. I don't understand it. I can't explain it. It's just something that is alluring about you, something quiet but magnetic and powerful and earthy that draws people to you. So let's look at the number 34 here in this card. And by the way, if you are liking these kind of reads, go ahead and please like, share, comment, subscribe. That would help to grow my channel. Let me know what you think of the intros in the clips, if you're enjoying them, if you don't like them, and what kind of readings you would like. Anyways, the lay of the land, past lessons, being well-informed, ancestral wisdom. There are times when you're meant to discover and explore new terrain in your life, even to be part of a weave of change. This is one of those times that you're contemplating. What you're contemplating is perhaps new to you, but others have laid a well-worn past and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon, right? This is so that you get better understanding of the potentials and possible pitfalls on your journey. Okay, for one person, for somebody here, I feel like if you're doing a lot of work with people, you need to cleanse your energetic field, your auric field. You can look up free, things on YouTube, just the same way this is free, to be able to do that. And if you're interested in me posting a video how I personally do it, then let me know as well. That's something that I need to do, I think. But it's important to cleanse your personal energetic field because people are so drawn to you that it has the potential to kind of weigh you down, bog you down as well. So this is so you have better understanding of potentials and possible pitfalls on your journey. When you know the lay of the land, you're better able to fully experience what is being offered to you. This is a wonderful time to seek a mentor or advice from an expert or elder. That way you'll be able to meet life's opportunities and challenges well informed. Knowing you have a map, now you could be curious about what else is here. This is a path that promises success in all areas. Where others before you have dared to tread, you will discover the treasure they have left behind for you to make your own. And again, that's just finding treasure in places where people least expect it. I think that's beautiful. So I feel like you may, and believe it or not, people stalk social media, but you may have at the other camp 34 people that are interested in you because they see you more of a 3D vibe, I feel. So 11 people who see like the deep inner core. Now these people are drawn to you, and this could be friends, family, platonic potentials, but people are like drawn to you and just like, wow, he's so beautiful, handsome. I wonder, they seem like they're up to something, like they can get things done. I wonder what they're doing, that kind of a thing. And also they feel like you're divinely connected. You might connect easily with your ancestors and speak freely about that. And that is just fascinating and riveted. And it is not hard to capture the attention of 34 people with that energy. I'm sorry, but it's true. You might be drawn to a lot of greenery, to plants. Energy. Yeah, things that to ground you subconsciously. I feel like you might like gardening and things like that, okay? Or spending time outdoors in the wilderness by yourself, that kind of a thing. For one person, two people, I heard like gathering herbs and things like that. You might be somebody who's really drawn into the healing arts with herbs, naturopathic things. Show me why the lay of the land is here for this group of people admiring my pile number 2s. Pile number 2. Who is admiring you? The anatomy of who is admiring you. Who and how many? Show me now. Astrological transits favor you at this time. So you might just, and there's a lot of red. I feel like you might be really grounded at this time, really kind of, also the fact that she's like naked. Are they all naked? I didn't notice. It might be that you are just really kind of like what you see is what you get. There's no trickery. There's no glamour. There's no spells. There's no nothing that you are doing to really change the core of who you are. And I love that for you. You might be really radiating and feeling kind of like this is a time maybe perhaps to be more introspective, maybe more quiet than you have been before, maybe a little bit less social as you kind of get your groove and move on whatever this is for you. Show me the anatomy of your admirers for pile number 2. Show me now. The 4th house, home, family, yep, roots. What are we talking about? Roots, self-care, childhood, personal foundations, real estate, kitchen witch. Didn't we just talk about herbs? Shelter. So you're definitely wifey material, husbandy material. I heard sensual. Like even sometimes when, okay, this is going to make some people like weird out, but sometimes when you're eating, you might make noises that make people think sexually of you. And it's unconscious and intentional, but I feel like you're very, very sexual. Something about your lips might be like very beautiful, alluring, plump. People look at your lips. Who are your secret admirers? The anatomy of your secret admirers, pile number 2. Show me now. Your life story hasn't yet unfolded. I see that. Because of this gestation period, we're taking you as well. Ha! You're following your north node. I love this. Look at that. Talk about glamour. So the fact that you are just kind of bare and natural and getting back to your roots and perhaps fascinated with genealogy. This is pointing you, the compass is pointing you to your North Star, your life purpose, your journey, your karmic destiny, learning period, path, the challenge, fulfillment, and fruition. That is so cool. I love this card, you guys. Actually, let's just kind of feature it here because we can. Okay, so people are drawn to you because you are so authentic that automatically is a magnet. It draws people. It is alluring. It is attractive. It is also, in your case, soothing. But it winds up being your crown. Look at how she's all done up and she's just kind of like, chill. You don't need all that. But people feel this around you. The anatomy of your secret admirers for pile number 2. Show me now. Saturn return. Ooh. Paying your dues. Wake up call. Time to grow up. Clearing the past. Facing the truth. Aging and strip down. So I feel like this is saying that people that are admiring you, I think that you evoke this kind of an energy. I don't want to cover her. I feel like you bring about people's thoughts of like, well, I'm not getting any younger, or what am I waiting for, or I'm not going to find anyone else who fits that description or who is so alluring or the match for me. And you inspire people to kind of break down their walls, their barriers of thinking that we have tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised to you guys. You know that. I feel like also you might inspire people. Like, look at all, you might get a lot of phone calls or people on pretense of, you know, on business. Like, oh, I have, you know, a business for you, or I have this for you, or whatever your business is, if you own like a detailing, or if you work at a detailing place, or if you work at an eyeglass place, they contact you on the pretense, but really it's about wanting to see how you're doing, wanting to connect with you on a personal level. People also know that it's when they deal with you, it's time to grow up, it's time to clear out the past and face the truth, and to strip down, like just like you are, like you're very organic and real and whole. You don't need all that crap. And I feel like you've paid your dues, and you call people to step it up. Okay, these people that are looking at you, they know they can't approach you if they're still in that energy of the 3D. Let's play games. Let's, toe the line. Let's act or get what the Joneses have, because that's what we've been told we need to do. Keeping up with the Joneses. You're not about that life. You could have some tribal tattoos, or they could have some tribal tattoos. And number 3 is a number of creativity. So you could have some people that are in the creative arts, even filmmakers or film casters, or costume people in charge of costumes, people that do cosplay, that are really kind of fascinated with you. Pardon me. Show me more. The anatomy of secret admirers, of the admirers, for pile number 2. Show me now. I'm going to take these. Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess I'm taking all these. Hollow bone. Teachability. Actually, this. Yeah, you're definitely wifey material. Definitely in your power. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but we're going to take a glance here. Because last I read something about like birds have hollow bones, or something to that effect, that are lighter, that help them to fly, but maybe I could be totally wrong with that. Okay, hollow bone, teachability, humility, being empty so that the wind of spirit can breathe through you. Yes, and that is you. And again, you might have some really ancient connections. You might collect feathers. You might find feathers. Little gifts from your ancestors. You might be fascinated with roots, like literally plant roots and things like that. The hollowing of bone of an eel is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. I love that. So number 28. Reduce 8, 9, 10. So you could have people actually that keep circling back to you. I'm hearing people from like your childhood popping back through just to see kind of what's up, kind of a thing. Different random calls, texts, things like that, which is I think awesome. But you are definitely, I feel like you've already been hollowed out. And what is being birthed in here is spirit born, spirit led. So you might have a spiritual practice again. I can't help but feel that. What else did we have here? Number 63, Winter's Dream. Gestation period. Come on now. This is a gestation period. People can see that or sense it. People want to know exactly what it is that you are up to, because they're fascinated. And I also feel like for some of you, you guys give off like really strong mom vibes. Even if you're male, it doesn't make a difference. The fact that, I want to say nothing sexier than a man who can caretake as well. You could be, it doesn't have to be traditional female that only caretakes. There are plenty of men that caretake better than we do. But then again, it's not a competition, Griselle, right? Yeah. So, Winter's Dream, gestation period, sanctuary, conscious awareness. That's a sanctuary, you guys. The Winter's Dream is a summon to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward, like the sap of trees returning to your roots. People could see you transforming. Another thing about this might be that you are maybe all this transforming into this, and people are really extremely puzzled. So I feel like I get the number 5. 5 would change, but also 5 admirers who are seeing that transform, and that's why they're drawn to you. Cast your gaze towards the deep, hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul, and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Time out. I just happened to look up and see 2626. That might be something relevant to you. It could be an angel number. You could look that up. Mindful, groupthink. And here is a key into the roots. Again, ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge, seeing that everyone is really connected. Divinity, having the key for growth, the key for prosperity, and knowing that time is a factor even. So now's the time for you to get in touch and continue getting in touch with your roots. So the number 40 reduces to 4. This is where you find balance, and this is why people are drawn to you, your balance, your peace. Also, you have the key to hidden knowledge. You have the key to see things that are really hidden, and that is powerful. You be clairvoyant. Joyful muse, this one to come out earlier as well. Inspiration, you could be a muse to a lot of people. People could write songs about your little ditties, I heard. People, I heard Wildcat. Okay. People can paint and be inspired by you, maybe paint your portrait or paint something that reminds them of you, or even abstract painting, but you inspire a lot. You inspire people to color their life a little bit differently than what they have been doing, and that's why people are so freaking drawn. So don't think that you don't have a lot of people out there. And just you guys also, I mean, most of us are on social media platforms. Just because people don't like your picture, don't comment, does not mean they're not looky-loos, okay? So hopefully you know that. But much love to you. I appreciate your time, your energy, your gestation. I can't wait. What is it that you are doing? If you are inclined, drop me a line below or a little emoji of a baby, just to know that you're working on something. So without further ado, much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do your pick a card reading. Pile number 3, if you chose pile number 3, then this message is for you. For you repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. And for you newbies, I appreciate your time. I do hope that everyone finds exactly what it is that they're seeking. Pardon me while I use my table broom. I don't really know what this is for, but little shout out. I got this little thing at Loot and Lore in Grass Valley. Loot, Loot and Lore. So I'm sure you can find them online if you're interested. You can probably buy it anywhere else, but I like to give credit to small places, small shops. All right. Show me what I need to see about pile number 3. The anatomy of your admirers. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Ooh. And this one's sticking out, so we're taking that as well. The jeweled web, connectivity. You have a lot of people online, obviously looking at you. Be 32 people, actually, within your community, friends of friends, that kind of a thing. Could be Facebook, TikTok, Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, any of those. But I feel like these are admirers that come back frequently. You have others that are like, oh wow, yeah, she's cool, he's cool, or that's interesting, but these people have taken particular notice of you. You have a really big fan club. The other 2 piles were like specialty fan clubs, okay? So then you have about 31 people who really see you and your energy. As far as like, you could be an energy worker, a light worker. You could do Reiki, you could do massage. I heard scientist. Okay. I got these three. I wasn't planning on it, but here we are. So, let's see how we're going to do this. We have the Hangman. You see things from a different perspective, and people see that about you, pile number 3. You're definitely spiritual. You're my spiritual pile. You're spiritual gurus, spiritual seekers. You are my group that are constantly challenging yourselves to look at things differently, look at energy, look at people, look at situations differently. I'm hearing I don't need a lot to thrive. I just need to feel secure, and the rest just comes. So when you are feeling secure, when your foundation is secure, that is when you shine, when you thrive, when you get out of your comfort zone. You know, the first chakra, I feel like, is probably the hardest to master, and that's because we're so connected to 3D. That is like where a lot of our fear base gets activated, especially in the world today, that I feel personally that, you know, the media is out to inspire. Inspire with what? With fear. I feel the way they choose to report things and narratives and things like that are definitely fear-based and fear consciousness. Okay. In the hand, feeling secure, taken care of, the root chakra once again. The universe is your partner. Something amazing happens when you contemplate your intimate relationship with your higher power. How do you engage in it? Perhaps you might see things through the influence of your religious background, or you may have been exposed to other ways of making that connection real for you. It doesn't matter the source of your understanding. What matters is what works for you. For example, if you believe in a punitive God, you will be afraid of punishment for your transgressions. If you believe in the version of a higher power that blesses you, you may find it easier to surrender to a relationship of radical trust. Right now, if you imagine relaxing, curled up in the hands of the divine, how does that make you feel? Can you then turn over your needs and desires to the divine power and trust that you're safe and secure and you don't have to do anything at all to feel that way? I feel like you're working on this. That's why you go into contemplation mode, where you're a little bit like withdrawn, maybe hermit energy, maybe sitting on a fence and looking at things and trying to look at things from a different point of view, okay? And I feel like also you might be a little bit like me, like looking even at the connectivity of the web and what things get retweeted, or I don't even have a Twitter account, or what things get shared about what is going on in the world, and you want to look at a different perspective. You want to look at it, an edited version. Okay, that was hard to say. So you're in good hands. Your work, your family, relationships, home, everything. You've done all you can, so now's the time to rest and recharge instead of producing, doing, acting, strategizing. A hot tea, a good book, and a soft blanket are in order. So make sure that you're doing things to self-care, trust in the universe, and trust that when you ask for illumination, for wisdom, for a higher perspective, for answers, that you're going to get your own downloads from spirit. You don't need to watch that crap on TV or anywhere else. You know, it's good to, I periodically check in just to know. But don't be led by that, because I think it'll put you in a fear base. It will for most of us anyways. Now, the jeweled web for connectivity and who is admiring you. I do feel like you have 32 people, like it says here, admiring you. Combination of people from your past, people from your childhood, people you have not seen in a long, long time. Why are they drawn to you? Well, because they've known you in the past. You've had a glow up. You have changed radically. You are different than what they remember. And you're fascinating. The fact that you can kind of withdraw and come to your own conclusions, or I heard thought police, okay? I feel like maybe your ability to detect things that are just not right and even vocalize them later. But you bid your time. You're not like foolish. You definitely are someone who is self-contained, and just really focus on your connectivity to spirit. And that is beautiful about you. Also, I feel like the people from your past have seen the things that you've gone through, and maybe the scars and bruises and whatnot. And the fact that you have like grown in such an amazing way and bloomed. And I heard wearing your scars proudly is an incredibly powerful thing. Some people are looking at you because they see you as a queen of abundance, Reine de Dineris. I probably sabotaged all the pronunciation. La Pendue, or La Pendue. Why stop now, right? So you're definitely perceived as someone with a lot of abundance, a lot to bring to the table. I mean, this lady's bringing that whole basket to the table. And yet there's more behind it. Like, there's no limit to what you can do, what your hands can create. Whatever you touch is just abundance, and you feel and you radiate that abundance. You could excite or incite a lot of favors. People could just want to gift you things just because. And it's almost like paying homage to the queen in some ways, and not in like that queen, the queen that we have now. But I'm just saying, like, you are a queen of like the earth. It's very humbling, very beautiful. You could be our humanitarian group also, that maybe feeds the homeless, feeds people. I feel like I saw two hands like extending a hand of friendship, of support, of pulling other people up to where you're at. And it's not about stature. It's about pulling people up out of a place of fear, okay? A place of... You also pull people out of mainstream thinking, okay? Of the 3D thinking, of thinking that this is the only thing, that we're working here. We live to work, not work to live. You pull people out of thinking that it's all about keeping up with the Joneses, having that beautiful dress, having that best hair, the best makeup, having those pectoral muscles, or the don't skip leg day, I heard. What do I know about that? Anyways, I definitely feel like you are different. You are unique, but you are rooted. You could have grown up somewhere like in the islands, on an island, or you could be indigenous. You could grow up in like the res, perhaps. Perhaps you grew up in a situation where it was just like your group of people separated from other people. I hope that made sense. I feel like people are, when they look at you, they're like, yeah, you're on target. He's on target. She's on target. Or people come to you wanting to know, what do you think? What do you think, pile number 3? Look, 3, 3. I heard 369. Some of you guys are into manifesting, like with the Tesla method, 369. You could be seeing the numbers 369. Show me more about pile number 3's admirers. The anatomy of your admirers for pile number 3. Show me now. Ooh. Beloved. You are beloved by many, and you have no idea. No clue. I feel like you are very, very humble. Because, look, number 2, this is saying, people can think that you are like their person. Especially like during readings when there are readers that are like, well, your person. I'm like, I don't have a person. It's me. But I feel like people look at you in a really powerful way, like a twin flame situation. Like, that is my person. I can wife them, I can husband them. They have a lot of connections. I feel like people see that you have a lot of connections. I don't think that you see it that way. I don't think that you look at people as a resource is the difference. When other people are like, wow, they're well connected, and you think, yeah, that's just my friend. We've been friends for whatever, and we've shared this. You think of milestones of being there for each other. You think of like, wow, we broke bread and we shared these conversations, and they're really vulnerable about what transpired for them and their family, whatever the case may be. But people see you. Like, I feel like people can kind of pedestal you as a little bit like a hot nun, hot priest type of a vibe. Number two is about personal power. People see that you are really incredible at embracing your personal power, at just standing in your personal power as well. You, again, may not feel that way. And then jeweled web. I almost think that, I mean, this could be like even a jeweler can be involved in there. Somebody makes jewelry. People want to collaborate with you as well. You might have a message in pile number 2, by the way. But beloved, radical acceptance. We are going to read that. So pile number 3, this message is for the beloved. The object of affection, radical acceptance, loving what is. When the beloved appears, it requires 100% of your heart, body, and soul. Don't try to squeeze the beloved into your schedule. Drop the busyness and receive the one you have been waiting for. Know that this card comes as a mirror to show you the divine within and invite your radical acceptance of everything you consider beautiful or ugly into your being. The beloved may not be a person at all. It might be a business venture, a project, or an adventure calling you for full attention. Love it. Let it light you up and give it your all. Surrender to this truth and know that you're gaining a passport to bliss, even when it feels like you're being consumed by the fires of the beloved. Do not hold back or be afraid, for you will emerge transformed. And indeed, this card is healing and spiritual and transformational for trying to find a different perspective. Surrender is the key. Allow yourself to be loved. Usher the harsh critic out the door and shut your eyes and ears to judgment of others who have not yet been ignited by the divine blaze consuming you, for they will only attempt to douse your fire and leave you choking in the smoke. You're drawing people because of your passion, your excitement, your connectivity to spirit as well. For your vision, you guys may be like visionaries. You could be clairvoyant, claircognizant. I feel deep spiritual vibes with this. You guys could have grown up like in religion or religious, and then throughout your life, like transformed your life, and now you're deeply spiritual. And what ignites you is this glow up is a freaking beacon for other people to really just look at you. Not that that's why you're doing it, but you stand out, okay? Be careful you're not seduced by false promises or falling prey to your extraordinary ability to sabotage your dreams and desires. Sink with and sink into your heart and trust your sense of what is true, and you'll know what to do. The true beloved is never false. Every gift proffered is valuable. Recognize the many faces of the beloved and welcome them into your heart. You will be glad you did. You excite a lot of passion in other people. So your admirers, it's like you spark that desire to know more. You spark that desire for connectivity. That bird was loud as F. You could have people that want to get your attention. Just like that bird's trying to get my attention. You could even be connected to birds. Well, that's a very earthy thing, isn't it? Pile number 3. The anatomy of your admirers. Who are they and how many? Show me now. You have people. You have people effed up. Some people are even seeking therapy about you. I'm not even kidding you guys, okay? Some of your admirers are definitely people from the past that are looking at you kind of like, wow, I really effed up. I can't believe that. And now they're in angst because of something they did. It could have been bad behavior. This is your twin flame, your soulmate, your significant other. If you're not with them, even if you're in a different connection right now, you know that this person, like, you rocked their world and they rocked yours, but there is some regret going on. They're seeking therapy, they're seeking counseling, they're seeking help, whether it's professional. I feel like a lot of them are seeking professional help, but this could be also stating that they are seeking help from like a counselor or a therapist or psychologist, or even friends, okay? But I feel like they want to cover their eyes. It's like, I can't believe how badly I messed up, okay? Interesting. Oh my gosh. Le Soliel. I should look these words up and figure out how to pronounce them, but I'm probably not. So look at all the admirers, all these little sunflowers facing you, okay? And I feel like you have like a childlike, you exude like, you radiate sunshine, joy, illumination with this card behind. It's like you are so freaking bright, and you could be really, really smart as well. And you may not even know it, honestly. This thing with the old school rocking horse, I love it. I love, love, love it. But this stands for like freedom, with the ease, with the wanting to move forward with a comfort and move forward in an old school way, with connecting with spirit, with your with the divine, okay? You could be Leo, you could have Leo somewhere in your chart, but these people are all standing in attention when you walk by, even at the grocery store, whatever. I feel like they puff their chest out, tuck their tummies in. For the ladies, they pop out their boobs, not like that, but you know what I'm saying. They make their chest more like auspicious, or like more in your face. They just like you, but you definitely snap people's attention, okay? Oh snap, you snap people's attention and they are riveted, whether it's online too. People go, whoa, who is that? Like, that's definitely different. And I feel like you're really authentic. You're not pretending. You don't have like that Instagram with a fine-tooth comb that has all the wonderful, lovely filters, and it is incredibly aesthetically beautiful. You may, but I feel like you're more authentic than that. You're thinking higher than that. Show me more about who is admiring our pile number 3. The anatomy of your admirers. Pile number 3. Show me now. I just saw a bow and arrow. I think people are, oh my gosh, you can't make this up. The feather, they want to write to you. They want to send out messages. They want to contact you. They want to text you. They could be like writing things, and it can come out of the blue like you have no idea. But this is to bring clarity. Contacting you. I heard chispas. That's kind of like fire. Like, what is that called? Where the fire sparks. I know in Spanish, but I don't know how to say it in English. Embers. Embers? No, I don't know. Chispas. Anyways, it's a little thing like when a fire pops, and you have those shower of fire. Yeah, good job, Grisel. Anyways, so I do feel like there's a lot of people that want to contact you, probably from the past, that have a lot of memories with you. And they're like, man, I'm so nostalgic. I miss him. I miss her. I feel like they are devastated with what they have done, or their lack of the fact that they're not in. I don't feel like these people are in your life at all, okay? I feel like time has passed because this person's hair is white, so there could have been a lot of time passed. And yet they still are tripping. They can't get over it, okay? Show me why Le Sol is here. Ooh, juicy, juicy. Juicy, juicy. Le Pape. Please don't quote my pronunciation. Anyways, this could have to do with a commitment. Having the key to commitment, or seeing you as commitment material. Definitely my spy, what I tell you, these people are spying, because this is the Nine of Swords, up at night, can't sleep, getting therapy, seeking help, seeking answers, wanting more information on you, and also they've also done some changing. Okay, they're willing to take off their mask right now, but they want to do some investigating first. And this could be about somebody that wants a relationship with you, a commitment with you, or feels a deep sense of connection with you. Something very traditional, a lot of changes, so a lot could have changed between you. But I feel like that there you have you have at least one person in the therapist chair, okay? I'm sorry. It's just not funny. It's not funny, sorry. Okay. Okay, so tell me again, why is the sun here and why is the commitment here, please? Show me your admirers, the anatomy of your admirers, please. For number 3, show me now. Yeah, they want to build with you. They want to spend time with you. They might even want a commitment with you. They want to start all over again. This is a new beginning, a new beginning. They want to bring you some love. They want to bring you like, oh my gosh, I miss you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You're whatever. And they have no shoes on. I feel like this is saying like, this time I'm here to stay. This person could have like been in your life and then dipped, okay? But they realize that you are their beloved, your better half, and maybe things are really super complicated right now, or that's how they're feeling or thinking, whatever the case may be. I also feel like you could be really, the Hierophant is somebody who knows, it's similar to, I'm surprised I didn't get the High Priestess. Similar to High Priestess, but this is a lot more traditional. And so I feel like this person sees you as being very grounded, very different, almost like levitating, okay? I feel like they've maybe like pedestaled you or levitated you, elevated you. But I definitely see levitation, almost like you levitated. It's unrealistic, okay? And let's just be real. I mean, like, I don't know anybody who can levitate, but I guess nothing's impossible. All right, moving on. Show me more about the anatomy of the admirers for pile number 3. Show me now. I'm seeing the moon card. You can have some Cancer. This is, you have people from your past that maybe you endured a lot of hardship with, or people that spoke not so nice things about you, that were mean to you, or was verbally abusive, I heard. You have people in your, from the past. A lot of people that you completed a cycle with, and you're no longer in their space, and vice versa. And there's a reason for everything, but there is some sadness there, some loss for sure. I feel like you brought those people comfort, and somehow they lost you. What'd I tell you? I saw the moon. I hope you saw that on camera. I just didn't pull it out. So these people, I feel like, because this traditionally talks about being a wolf and a dog in the picture, along with the crab. And so with these pinchers, this could be like grabbing at the moon. This could have been people that you thought were loyal with the dog, but turned out to be wolves. Hungry, out for their own agenda. This could have caused their grief. Maybe some usury, I heard. They wanted to use you for their own benefit. Didn't appreciate what they had. I feel like in this case, for some of you, this is romantic. For others, it is platonic. But I feel like you have both, honestly. With this beloved, you inspire. You make people like, you wake up their hearts. If their hearts have been like sleeping for a long time, or, pardon me, or frozen, I feel like you've warmed up their hearts and you fire people up. I feel like by the next full moon, this person's like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to pull the trigger and talk to them, and it is what it is, and let me say what I got to say. With this reminds me like Cancerian energy also. So this person, like, that wants to come towards you, that has history with you. I feel like you know who they are. Could have like a really hard exterior, kind of like nothing, like unfazed, like unattainable. Is mysterious as the moon. You may not know their motives and things like that when they return. Because once upon a time you thought they were a dog, but they turned out to be a freaking wolf, and they're just, hey, let's get out, let's feed our bodies. We don't care what happens to pile number three. In a sense, they used you, okay? And I feel like this person wants to come back and apologize. I feel like I heard you hung the stars and the moon for me. You awakened my heart and showed me things that I never thought and I never experienced and have never experienced since. Something to that effect, okay? So expect an apology. Oh, look. Judgment. So they know that it's time to pay the piper. It's time to come clean. Because this is like weighing on their conscience. We all screw up. We all do things that we're not proud of. And we've all been at different stages in this 3D life, trying to connect and do better. All we can do is do better, okay? So I feel like this person is just unnecessarily stressing themselves out. They could be like losing sleep, losing their appetite. They could even be ill. But this judgment thing is just knowing that the only way to free themselves is to allow judgment to happen, I think. Is to just maybe even just apologize and just be real with you and get it over with. Because I feel like even all of these people in judgment, they're dancing. They're like, it's a feast, it's happiness. It's like, okay, I said what I need to say. And based on that, it's like, it's freedom for all of you. Both of you. 2 tens, endings, an ending to the stress, the struggle, things like that. They're really in your heads about you, okay? Yeah. 5 of Wands, and this is a lot of fighting within themselves, and they're looking, it's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and send a message. No, I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and do this. No, I'm not. I'm going to say that. No, I'm not. I'm going to, and they have themselves tied in knots with all, like, changing their minds constantly. So they're ready to cut through all that nonsense and just kind of do. It's do or die time, I heard, and it's, it's going to help them to heal. I feel like they know that. I don't feel like you're going to be with like harsh judgment, like off with their heads, like the queen, in Alice in Wonderland or whatever. But I feel like they're trying to kind of weed through and chop off any doubts, second guessing, self-sabotage, and things like that, okay? And I feel like even there's a little bit of shame in what they've done. So, but I feel like this is going to be really healthy for them to prune all of that on the inside so they can make progress for themselves. Even if this is just like, I just want to give you this gift of, I'm so sorry for what I did. I screwed up. And they're not in your life, but they just want to offer that. I feel like it's healing for both of you, and it would help you both to rejoice. Look, that's my apology. Maybe 2 people coming back to apologize, wanting to lay bare everything that they were thinking. There's a lot of emotion, that rocks emotion behind this. They see abundance. Like when they think of you, they may feel, they may just admire, like their life was richer with you. Let's just put it that way, okay? And then last card, yep, 5 of Cups. You have a lot of people that are sorry for what they did. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, super last card. 3 of Swords. I see the hurt that I've caused. I see the damage that I've done. I've seen how much you hurt, and actually now I'm in the same position. This is a river of tears. Cry me a river. And they know, or they think perhaps that you're not even interested in hearing them out, okay? Like it's a lost opportunity. It's like, I wish I would have done different. Why did this have to happen? Why did I handle things that way? Or vice versa, however the story fits, okay? You could have tattoos. They could be fascinated by your tattoos and fascinated with your hair. But I heard the word sealed lips. Oh my gosh. Okay. Not for real. This is the last one. So us. I don't even know what that means. De batons. Ace of Wands. So this reminds me. Okay, this is fire. This is desire. And what I get from this too is like some people actually that are they want you physically. Okay, so you inspire a lot of people with this fiery passion. They desire you. And I heard even like some of them would like to, I'm trying to keep it PG. Some of them would like to please you, even if it is with their hands. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's it. That was sort of PG, not really. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you like this kind of reading. Drop a sunflower emoji on the bottom if this was your pile. Pile number 3, thank you so much for your time. And until next time, namaste.